peeps? CJMK here. It has been such a long time today. Um, Hope you all have having a really good February so far. Tomorrow is the full moon. Can you believe it? Um, so happy full moon in advance. And then also, today I'm doing something a little bit different. This is I believe, the second mobile game that I'm playing on this channel, which is based on one of my favorite anime of all time, which is called Puella Magi, or Magi, Madoka Magica. In this case, it is based on its spin-off, um, Magia Record. So, that series just recently started. It is currently on its fifth episode. If you want to check out that series, look it up on Crunchyroll. It is on a simulcast basis currently. I'm not sponsored by Crunchyroll or any of the people who are associated with the game or the anime. So, I'm just a big fan who just loves the series and its lore. So for those who are not familiar with the lore, here's a little bit of a synopsis. So in the main story, we follow this girl named Madoka, and this cat-like creature named Kyubey, um, which basically has this universe of obviously regular people like ourselves. And then there are girls who decide to become magical girls through a contract with Kyubey. And Kyubey has the ability to grant any wish you desire. In exchange, you must fight to become a magical girl to defend the world from witches. There is a little bit of a secret to these witches, however, which I am not going to spoil, which kind of subverts our expectations of the magical girl genre, because we often think like positive figures like magical Do Re Mi or Princess Tutu or Saint Tail, and obviously more famously Sailor Moon, which is another one of my favorite animes of all time. However, this does make a little bit of a darker suggestion of the magical girl genre, which, I mean, subversion is the incorrect word to use here, but it certainly does another alternate, like a darker and alternate take on what it means to be a magical girl. And if you've not watched the series, definitely go watch it. It's amazing. It has some really good music by Calafina. For those who are fans of Calafina, has some really good tracks in there. Some of my favorites are from that show, as well as Black Butler. But I feel like Madoka Magica has its another realm of music entirely. And so Magica Record, which is basically a spin-off, but it basically takes place in the same universe, follows a magical girl who made a contract but just can't remember what her wish was. So she basically goes through and fights all these witches to try to figure out what her wish was. Um, and then she finds out on her journey that there's a town that can basically save magical girls. Essentially, this town, I think it's called Kimohama, something like that. I'll look it up later, but it basically gives magical girls the ability to reverse or cancel their contracts if they happen to regret them or to just in general just don't want to be a magical girl anymore. Um, she follows that breadcrumb, and it's only 5 episodes in currently, but it's already very fascinating. Though I am finding that the immersion for me for that series is not as deep as the Madoka Magica portion of the story, but then again, it's a side story, so you kind of have to expect that. But on the other hand, I still find it very interesting to see the various types of magical girls that you can see. So, excuse me. So I'm hoping maybe like we'll get some better character development as time goes on with that series. So far, it has been pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. And that's why I ultimately got motivated to try the mobile game. So, without further ado, here is the mobile game Magica Record, or Magia Record. So, unfortunately, I haven't been able to figure out how to get sound on here because my previous playthroughs of um, of mobile games, I have been fortunate enough to be able to get excuse me, to get the sound off of it through QuickTime. Yet for some reason, my QuickTime this time has not exactly, as you can see, it's not exactly being responsive this time. So fortunately, you're not going to be able to hear the game sound. However, if anybody can give recommendations in terms of free applications or any suggestions for iOS users to be able to record sound off of their devices um, to play um, to play audio off of their video, feel free to let me know. I guess I can't record my screen from here either, so that's not an option either. So if anybody has any suggestions to how I could do that, please feel free to do so. Also, my laptop is dying, so I'm gonna be right back. Just hang in there, people. We're going to get into some magical girl lore. Whoop whoop. So stay tuned, people. Be right back. Okay, much better. So thank you very much for your patience. I'm back. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, before I forget, another thing. A little bit of a moment of silence for Kirk Douglas. He just passed away yesterday at 103. Can you believe it? Honestly, his career is so fascinating. If you've not read any of his books or his articles or his love letter he did for his wife, or just any of his movies, just go watch them. Just go take a look at his career. Like, it is so fascinating. Just please go check out his stories. Um, my favorite movie of his is, of course, Spartacus. Like, Spartacus, I feel like that movie in and of itself could easily be covered by an entire college course because it covers everything from censorship to activism to blacklisting, which he actively combated, to just overall the fighting spirit of creativity. Like, you can make an entire lecture series about that movie alone. Like, I would love to teach that in school if I had the possibility to. Like, that movie is basically a seminal part of American history that you absolutely need to watch and absolutely need to learn about. Like, the backstory and the actual movie, they are both things you need to watch. You also need to watch another movie I recommend you watch as well if you want, like, if you want a little bit of an association with it, is the film Trumbo with Bryan Cranston and Diane Lane. That's a really good summary of what the history behind the movie is in terms of the writing side. And then watch various there are ample documentaries, and of course the movie itself. If you want the more behind the scenes look at what the movie production was. So definitely check out Spartacus. Such a good movie, and certainly it's just amazing artist spirit, fighting spirit in general. Just go watch it. Just go watch it. Especially the why there's the meme, I am Spartacus, and people standing up and saying I'm Spartacus. That's why that scene's a meme. Just go watch the movie and find out why it's a meme. But anyway, we're not talking about Kirk Douglas, even though I love the guy. Rest in peace. But we are playing Magia Record, so let's go. So let me just not dox myself and go through all of the terms and agreements. Ah, okay. All right, now we can start playing. So, and downloading as well. There's voices and video apparently for this. Oh, here we go. Oops. I want you to make a contract with me and become a magical girl. I will grant you one wish, any wish you desire. Anything at all I can grant you, even the most impossible of miracles. But in exchange for that wish, your soul gem is created. That's basically how you turn to the magical girl. Those who possess a soul gem are duty bound to do battle with witches. I wish the sound were working. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, Homura. Okay. No, I can't do this. I can't fight on top of a power line. Eek! What's that? Hope I didn't hold you up, Homura. So these characters are from the original series Madoka Magica. That's Madoka on the left and Homura on the right. Wah! Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, gotta silence the notifications. Sorry about that. Um, don't want to dox people. But anyway, so Madoka and Homura are main characters in this series. So essentially, they're the main characters of like the first half of the story. My theory is that spin-off Magia Record is basically a prequel or happens at around the same time as Madoka Magica. Little bit of a spoiler for those who have not watched the series. You might want to mute yourself for like maybe like a few seconds. It turns out Homura has the ability to control time, and in her instance, she wants to protect Madoka. That's her main wish. And so she basically has kind of been Groundhog Daying the same amount of time for several instances. So she may have gone through maybe like 50 or maybe 100 incarnations to be able to save Madoka and failing. If anything, it just made Madoka that much more powerful with each reincarnation that she goes through. So um, so my theory is that Magia Record happens maybe in the early stages of that loop. Um, Especially considering one character that's still around. So I'll explain later. Madoka, sorry for being late. Leave the rest to me. What? Relax. Everything is going as mommy planned. Okay. Yeah, they have a thing for each other. Well, Homura more so for Madoka than Madoka with Homura. Final wave. And this is a turn-based game, so so kind of similar to Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. It's very similar to that. So let's start with your first battle. Your team will attack once you select 3 discs. Select your first disc. There's Blast, Charge, 2 Excelle. Well, there's 2 charges, 1 Blast, and 2 Excelle. So let's see what this means. Second disc, select disc again, deselect it. Third disc, this selected later get a largest bonus effect. Large damage increase. So those torso-less characters, each turn you'll have 5 randomly chosen discs to select from. There are 3 desk tips. Excelle, which is attacks and fills your Magia gauge faster. Blast, which performs a vertical or horizontal area attack. And Charge, which attacks and increases the damage of the next disc used. Choosing 3 of the same type of the disc will trigger a combo. Select 3 blast attacks. Tap, tap, tap. Damage up for blast. And I think it's similar to Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key with like each of the elements, like you see like the red and the red and the green. Oh, battle clear. The red and the green on the side. Yes, looking good. Um, the red and the green on the sides probably represent their weaknesses. like what attacks they're weak to, and what attacks they can defend against. Sorry, but you're not getting away that easily. Now take this. Tiro finale. Alright, that's the last one here. Mommy, I'm done over here too. Thanks, Madoka. So far, so good. Homura, are you alright? Yes, kind of. If barely holding on is alright. Keep your eyes on the witch. I'm sure it'll target you since you can't move from that position. So, here's another thing. So, witches, they have like depending on how powerful the witch is when they find it, um, they can have like cronies or um, what were the word? What's the word? My gaming vocabulary is so small. I haven't played in months. I apologize. But like they have like sub enemies that kind of like secondary enemies that kind of distract them from like the main thing they have to take down. Those are some of those things. Those things that we took down were kind of some of those. Because I know the main one's like one giant schoolgirl with like no head, essentially. From I remember from the anime anyway. Like this part is not really very heavily covered in the original series. Got it. Watch out, Homura! It's moving. And that's it. It's coming. As expected, it's going for Homura. Perhaps it's desperate, letting its guard down to attack like this. Madoka, let's finish them all off. Alright. Again, I wish I had sound. I apologize. Oh, yep, here we go. Elemental tree. I was right. I'm taking a picture. Magical girls attacks deal more damage to enemies with elements they are strong against. So obviously, moon over sun and sun over moon. Fire takes out earth. Earth takes out water. Water takes out fire. Tab a specific enemy to target it. You can set a different target for each disc. Discs with up display deal more damage to their target. Tap, tap, tap. There are a variety of skills that magical girls can use. Tap the skill button to view your available skills. Tap skill icon and then activate button to activate the skill. Cure heal. Turn to level 5 so we can heal mommy with that. Skills can be used again after a certain number of turns have passed. Try then try battling on your own. So I'm gonna do XLA charge then blast. Of course, it's not gonna go all the way through because we took out all the enemies. Phew, that was close. I bet there's bonuses for like being able to finish in one turn. Great, we did it, mommy. Now that most of the witches familiars, that's what they're called. Familiars. They're called familiars in this universe. Now that most of the witches' familiars are taken care of, are you ready, you two? Let's finish this. Homura, get ready. Homura, you're the key to winning this. You can do it. So yeah, so here's another unique thing about like these witches as well. The characteristics of these witches are basically like the things that like the person was probably thinking about when they turned, and they also take on the elements of whatever surroundings they come across when they turned. So in this case, this witch got turned when she was near like power lines. So that's why Homura was all like, "I can't fight on power lines," because this witch turned while she was in power lines. And then if you see many others, there are witches that turn in certain classrooms, or in the case of Magia Record, witches that turned when they were on trains or in libraries. Um, various kinds of turns. So here we go. Once Magia Madoka create a bridge, ow. Gotta start. Okay. So they're all moon weaknesses. You can activate Connect with the special skill when the disc has accumulated 3 Connect gems. Collect Mommy's disc to Madoka. So you can swap a disc there, like that. When a magical girl receives another magical girl's disc, she carries out the disc's attack instead of the other magical girl. The Connect skill of the giving magical girl also activates when the Connect attack is performed. Since Madoka has received a Connect disc from Mommy, she will attack for her. Select Madoka for your second and third disc to trigger a Puella combo for her. So like that. Okay. Oh, whoa, okay. So her damage is basically up. Again, guys, I wish I had the sound. I bet it sounds amazing. She attacked 3 times because she had. Okay. Okay. So in theory, we should be able to pass this on to Mommy, and then do these two. Oops. Go back. Go back. No. I didn't mean to charge. No. Ooh. Okay. It's a good thing. And then there we go. Oh, there's 2 waves. Boss battle. Okay, so this is the real witch here that I was explaining. So that's the true. I know the letters mean something, but I can't remember what. Some enemies take up multiple spaces. Attacking with the blast disc will hit multiple spaces. So we shall do. Let's pass on the XLA to Madoka, then blast. Wait, no, not blast. Charge, and then blast. Wait, how is he able to attack twice? That's so unfair. What? Wait, what? I got interrupted. Mommy, now! Okay. Huh? Oh, that's the bridge. Okay, it was a distraction. I remember now. Homura, your turn. Alright. So that's for Magia. When Magical Girl's Magia gauge has reached 100 MP, she can execute her Magia. Take the Magia button to display her Magia discs, and that's it. Oh. All I need to do is throw this bomb into that witch. Now. Huh? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? I don't recognize her at all. Eek! Who are you? Since when has she been here? Huh? Wait, more importantly, time should be stopped. Where did she come from? Hey, you. What? Huh? What was that? Oh no. I have to hurry and throw this before it explodes. Yeah, because she uses bombs to take out and guns to take out the witch. Not very practical, but hey. Unfortunately, being a time witch, weapons are just not really her strong suit here. Like, Homer's backstory is just hilarious. And that should do it. I know the letters is a way you could actually read them, but I don't know how to do it, unfortunately. Phew! It's over now. Yes, because like this witch activated while she was in a power station. So there's that. Who was that girl? Was she just my imagination? Yay! Wow, that was great. Nice work, Homura. Well done. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yay. It must have been my imagination. Huh? What is this place? What? Where are Mommy and Madoka? It's that girl. Come. What? If you want to change your fate, come to Kamihama City. That's what it is. Come to Kamihama City. Fate? Kamihama? What are you talking about? Here. Here? Magical girls can be saved. Be saved? What are you talking about? Wait! Kamihama, if I go there, I can change my fate? The magical girls. Madoka's fate? Homura? Huh? Madoka. Thank goodness. You scared me getting so quiet like that. Oh, sorry. I guess I spaced out. It was a big day for you today. I bet you were more than a bit stressed. Oh, come to think of it, do you two have any plans after this? No, I don't. Me neither. Then would you like to come to my place for tea? I made a new kind of cake. What? Yay! Mommy's new recipe! Classic Madoka. We can't miss that, Homura. Right. Yeah. Hmm. This has never happened before. We executed the plan like always, but then that girl appeared. Who was she? To change your fate, come to Kamihama City. Here, magical girls can be saved. Magical girls' fates can be changed in Kamihama City. So that's really interesting. So Kami means God. Hama, I can't remember precisely, but then again, I only just started doing my Japanese studies again, so the way mental girls kind of get their powers, it feels kind of like a God-given gift, like the way this happens. So theoretically, I think it's like divine oriented. So for those who are not familiar with the Madoka Magica lore, or for those who are excuse me, who need a little bit of a refresher, huge spoiler warning for those who don't know the series or are interested in watching it. Okay, you got warned. So it turns out that the witches and the familiars they are fighting, it turns out that what they're fighting actually is other magical girls that were corrupted. So essentially, there is a, like, of course, with every contract, there is always a catch. And in this case, being a magical girl, your soul is separated from your corporeal body. So you're able to withstand a lot of things that the average human would not be able to. And so, in order to do this, for magical girls in this case, they separate their souls from their bodies so that they can withstand a lot of the impacts that magical girls tend to undergo. But then, as a consequence, every time they use their powers, little by little, their powers start getting corrupted. So every time they have to fight. At some point, they have to get their they have to get their soul gems cleared by things like by things called grief seeds. Grief seeds are these orbs that witches emit when they're defeated. Not every single one emits one though. That's the thing. So it's kind of a gamble whenever a magical girl fights a witch. So not every witch has a grief seed, but every magical girl has a soul gem. You can't really escape that contract. But Kamihama City supposedly has a way to get out of it. In what way, I have no idea. But if you don't get your gem cleared by a grief seed in time, you will turn into a witch. As several of the characters have shown throughout this series, it is possible to become a witch, unprovoked or through your own emotional provocation. Case in point, I forget which character it was. She had blue hair. She got turned into a witch because she made a wish of healing somebody else. But unfortunately, the person didn't reciprocate her feelings, and as a result, her seed got corrupted pretty easily. And as a result, she turned into one of the most powerful witches in the universe. And then that in turn, consequently, made Madoka fight off fight off with so much of her own energy that, in essence, all that fighting basically turned her into one of the most powerful witches in existence, at least the one that Homer tries to prevent, which is Walpurgis. Walpurgis not. So that's basically the ultimate finale right there. And during several of these reincarnations, Madoka eventually makes the ultimate wish of being able to be the magical girl that basically ends the code of magical girls having to become witches when their soul gem gets corrupted. So in essence, that part doesn't exist anymore. So that's a huge part of that story. But then also, some characters actively regret becoming magical girls because some of the wishes that they made end up not turning out the way they wanted to be, or just in general just don't want to be magical girls anymore. So Kamihama City theoretically should have a spot that you should be able to reverse it. But if you watch within the very first episode of the series, like, several magical girls got this exact same information, whether through a dream or in this case with Homura actually encountering the girl. In this case here, however, Kamihama City is also a place where the most powerful magical girls, but also the most powerful witches exist. And then, so it's kind of like a power center. And it's a very strange power center because, as well, that there is no Kyubey, no cat-like creature, the cat-like creature you saw in the corner of the loading screen. There is no Kyubey in Kamihama City. And nobody's seen one in years. So the fact that Kyubey can't even cross into the threshold of the city, to the point where he just ceases to exist when he gets over there, goes to show there is something pretty powerful at work in that city. What is it? Is it a witch? Is it another magical girl? Who knows? What part of Madoka Magica, like, in the timeline, does this story take place? And does Kamihama City have something to do with that main character's memory loss? So many questions, right? So I spoke of Madoka Magica a little bit, but not so much Magia Record. So hopefully they'll give you enough motivation to go for it. But even so, I do highly recommend that you watch Madoka Magica the series that's available on Hulu, I believe. and on Netflix. Again, not sponsored by any of those companies. I just love the series. The movies, however, are much harder to come by. You're gonna have to look online to find those. There's 3 of them, and then the spin-off Magia Record, which is also the mobile game, can be found on your iOS device or Android. The game itself can be found in those places, as well as the series, which is found on Crunchyroll. The first 5 episodes are already out, so probably on Nico Nico, the 5th episode's up there. They haven't put up the 5th episode on Crunchyroll yet, so as of now, as of this date, there's only been 4. So, yeah. I love the lore of Madoka Magica. Like, that is the one thing that I absolutely love about the series, is that the lore is very fascinating, especially with how each of these witches turn. So, there is one really good YouTube video, which I might link in the description later on after I get this review done, this game done, which I'll put down below, that details each of the witches that these characters come across. So, finish up a little bit here. What's happening? Again, there's a way to read the text, but I don't know what it is. And that's the opening sequence. Okay. So yeah, that's Magia Record. So for those who have not watched the series, I highly recommend you do, because there's some pretty cool characters like Manoka Kamane Mami Tomoe. Um, Iroha Tamaki is the main character of Magia Record. Um, Tsuruno Yui is like another one. Um, Yachio Nanami is another one as well. I don't know why Homura is not in here, but she's another one of the main characters. And then there's another one. I think it's Tsukasa. Tsukasa is the blue-haired one. I love Tsukasa. I felt bad for her for a lot of the series. Those who've watched it, you already know. But yeah, so there's a story mode, and it's going to be covering Iroha, which is the main character of Magia um, Magia Record, both in the anime and in the game. So I'm probably going to start with that a little later. Who knows if I can figure out how to do this sound thing. But I hope you guys had fun with this. I'm actually going to be back in just a few seconds. Just stay tuned, everybody, for part 2 of this Nanoka special, which is a continuation of Cinderella Phenomenon. So please stay tuned. I'm just ending this video for now. If anybody, once again, can give any clues as to how I could put sound into my mobile video, just please let me know, because it is a little frustrating that I can't really demonstrate this. I can't really demonstrate. I can't demonstrate this game properly, which is a shame, because I'm a big fan of this anime, and I bet the music sounds amazing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Here are all my social media pieces for in case you want to check out all my other things. Originally, my radio show was going to come back again at the end of last month, but honestly, I've been so under the weather between the actual weather and just feeling really, really sapped of energy that I just haven't really been able to have the time or the quality that I really want to deliver to you guys. So I apologize for the super long delays that I've had with my material. So hopefully, with the weather getting warmer and things starting to feel much better in terms of energy and time and space, that I should be able to give the quality that you all deserve. So, thank you so much for being very, very patient with me and being such a good audience, for standing by me for all these years. 6 years of streaming, I just can't believe it. I started off with radio, then I did YouTube, and now I'm on Twitch as well. So 6 years. Well, actually, correction. Yeah, it is radio first, both online and offline. Then then YouTube, then Twitch. So it's kind of hard to believe that I've done so much streaming in the past 6 years, and I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. So thank you so much for all the love, all the support, and all of the awesome things that you have introduced me to over those 6 years. And of course, may your heart be your guiding key. I'll come back with more Cinderella phenomenon in a little bit. So stay tuned, everybody. And for those who are moving on with their day, hope you have a wonderful day. Happy birthday to you, or half birthday to you if it is today. And, of course, may your heart be your guiding key. Bye, everybody.